as we gather and we welcome all those people who will be popping in. Welcome to Froggy Friday. Welcome to Froggy Friday. We're so excited that you could all join us and be here with us today. Today, Reverend Gwen and I welcome Reverend Pat Davies as she shares her wisdom, shines her light, and her talk title is Practice Makes Progress. We also have some beautiful shining lights in the house. Soon we're going to ask Rahema to open us with treatment, and then Patrick will lead us in a 5-minute or so meditation to just ground us as we come into this sacred community space to share life, to share love, to share joy. There's so much going on as we prepare for our conference. Each and every person has responsibilities and jobs to do, whether it's participation, whether it's showing up, whether it's just receiving. We all have something to do, and we are so delighted to receive each and every one of you today. Today is Friday, October 13th. And I want to tell you, that's not a bad luck day for me. Friday the 13th is not a bad luck day for me. In fact, it's my daughter's birthday today, and I've always celebrated Friday the 13th when her days fall on that. Yeah. She's 31 today, so sending a shout out to my beautiful daughter, Shanice.
Oh, Barb, you must have been 12 when you had her.
Oh, I was very young when, and it was also Immaculate Conception.
Pure as the driven snow, we say in Canada.
Oh, we are nothing if not versatile and have a good time here at Froggy Friday, everyone. So let's just take that collective breath as we breathe into this sacred space, and every ding that pops in, we know that another beautiful heart is joining us and celebrating life with us. Muthoni says Friday 13th has always been a magical day for her. Me too, sister. Me too.
Magical, mystical, nice.
So I'm so grateful Rahema has stepped in for our beautiful brother Michael to do our opening treatment. Following Gwen, you can lead us into I am opening. Nancy usually does that. She's not here with us today. And Patrick, you'll jump right into our meditation. So take a breath, my beautiful spiritual family. We have arrived into this perfect moment of togetherness, into this sacred space of love. Go ahead, Rahema.
And so, as we center ourselves in this happy moment, join me in knowing that God is all there is. God is the thing itself and the expression of all of it, right here, right now. And as we come together today, connected in this allness, in this oneness, we open our hearts, we open our minds to the expression of spirit. As our speaker today, Pat Davies, as each and every one of us right here, right now, and as all that is unfolding today, for it is good, it is perfect, it is all God. And for this, I am truly, truly grateful. And so it is.
I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know.
And so, in this moment of stillness, we go into our meditation for today. So we take a deep breath and out. We breathe in love, light, peace. We breathe out worries, anxieties, frustrations. We take another deep breath as we further center ourselves and relax ourselves. We breathe deeply into the light and out anything that is not us, such as anxieties and worry. We relax further and see ourselves in a place of light. Light that is not bright, that is not dim, just light. And in this stillness, we are one with this light. We are one with this love. This light that flows through us. That is us. It's love. And we feel it because it's everywhere. Within, without, it's all there is. Love. We continue taking a deep breath and relax further. And we are surrounded by peace. Peace beyond understanding. Because that's who we are. Then we remember that with the life, with the light, with love, with peace, we also have wisdom because we are one with this. We only have to remember who we are, what we are. We only need to be still and know that we are all this, and all this is us. And so for the next 2 minutes or so, let's feel who we are. Let's feel the light. Let's feel the love. Let's feel the peace. Let's feel the wisdom. Let's just sit still and feel it. At the end of which time, I'll come for us. So we remember, because we didn't forget. We have always known that we are light and we are love. We are peace with wisdom. And we take a deep breath that gradually brings us back to class, the meeting. And as we do, we come out with these attributes of God. We share light. We share love. We share peace. We share wisdom. Because that's what we are. And we cannot share anything else. Take a deep breath again. And gradually start knowing and feeling the environment where you are, the seat on which you're seated, and the room that you are. And gradually, welcome to the meeting. Namaste.
Thank you, Patrick. How beautiful it is to soften the eyes and drop the shoulders and relax the stomach and breathe into all of those attributes of God. Thank you. Thank you for taking us on this beautiful journey. Magnificent. And
Thank you.
now we awaken in a different way. We awaken as one voice. We awaken as we sing our love song to each other, knowing that we are one people, one strong heartbeat. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one, Reverend Gwen.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another, we're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, we're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Let me see the spirit fingers. When it's all said and done, we are one. We are one. Listen, it is our joy and our delight to share with you somebody who is part of our community, somebody who supports in our education with our students, somebody who brings just an element of love and joy and commitment to everything she does. It is our excitement and joy to introduce to you Reverend Patricia Davies as she shares her talk title, Practice Makes Perfect. Bring in that love.
No, do that again, Barb.
I did it on purpose because I wanted you to correct me. I wanted you to do it because I know that this is where we get stuck in our heads, and you're going to take us beyond that. Practice
I hope
makes
so.
Progress.
Progress.
I knew,
And
sister.
we're all making
I
progress.
Can trick you.
So one of my greatest joys in being a minister is the opportunity to teach. And for me, teaching is all about learning. Most recently, there was a group of us that spent hours and hours and hours revising, editing, deleting, and adding material to the new foundations class for CSLKenya. It was a great reminder that in CSL, we teach a practical spirituality. In part, that means that we teach tools, not dogma, but real practical tools that we can use to go a little deeper, to gain fresh ahas, new insights, and to experience more personal growth. This philosophy encourages us to experiment, to try things for ourselves. In general, that means that it has to make sense to me. It has to make sense to you. In the Science of Mind textbook on page 318, Ernest Holmes says, "What good is knowledge unless we can make some practical use of it?" What good is knowledge unless we can make some practical use of it? Back in the 1920s, at some point, Ernest Holmes was asked, what do religious scientists believe? What do you believe? And this prompted him to write the Declaration of Principles, which was published actually in October of 1927. And one of those declarations reads as follows: "We believe the ultimate goal of life is to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all." That particular declaration resonates with me because as I progress with my spiritual practice, my life has become more peaceful, more balanced, more in harmony with the truth of who I am. This philosophy, this teaching is all about practicing what we preach. It's about sharing practical tools that support us in becoming the best versions of ourselves. I feel and see this in all of the students, in all of the ministers, in all of the teachers. There's that deep desire, that deep longing for connection, for recognizing our wholeness, our oneness. Often when we look out in the world, it looks like we're living in a splintered world, a world of either or, rather than one of both and. Teaching this philosophy really helps keep me motivated, and it is a great reminder of how important daily spiritual practice is in my evolutionary growth. Every class, I'm inspired by the creativity, the thinking, and the perseverance of people who are physically thousands of miles away. I am reminded constantly of our connection, our wholeness, our oneness, how there really is only one mind, one body, one life. For me, I see a hunger and a thirst for knowledge, for a deeper knowing of something that often appears to be just out of our grasp, just out of our reach. I've often wondered why is spirituality so important to me, so important to each of us? In that first week of the foundations class, there is a section called "What is Spirituality?" It begins with stating that the word spirituality is derived from the Latin word spiritus, which refers to breath or wind. Spirituality has often been described as whatever is at the center of all aspects of one's life, whatever gives that person ultimate meaning. Spirituality has also been described as being connected to oneself, to others, to nature, and to God. And then it goes on by breaking down the definition in the following areas of life. Physically, spirituality is recognizing the miraculous nature of matter and the creative source behind the mystery of matter. Biologically, spirituality is realizing that a divine intelligence is evolving all creation to ever greater degrees of wholeness and perfection in order to perfectly express itself. Psychologically, spirituality is discovering within yourself the ultimate source of meaning and happiness, which is love. Sociologically, spirituality is giving selfless service to others, regardless of race, creed, color, gender, caste, or nationality. Ecologically, spirituality is showing respect for all the kingdoms in the community of life: mineral, vegetable, animal, human, spirit, angelic. I knew I was going to say this wrong. Cosmologically, spirituality is being at one with the universe, in tune with the infinite, flowing with the Tao. Then theologically, spirituality is seeing God in all things, all events, all circumstances, indwelling as infinite light and unconditional love, and seeing all things, events, and circumstances in God as the matrix or infinite ocean in which the universe occurs. These definitions were adapted from a monthly column in the Science of Mind by John White, and it was entitled Explorations in Consciousness. What I know is that we are all on a spiritual path. Some of us are moving along it, and some are standing still. But all of us will reach the end in our own time. We can choose to learn by inspiration, or we may learn through desperation, but we will learn. This philosophy encourages us to have a better, deeper relationship with ourselves, with others, with the world, with the unknown. Using the tools I have learned through Science of Mind has helped me to deal with the stress of my human day-to-day living. It helps give me a sense of peace and purpose. While I understand that God, Spirit, is everywhere present, I personally need daily reminders to feel and know this indwelling presence. We are always at a place where we can shift, change, evolve, grow, or stay the same. We are always at choice because, after all, we have free will. In the Science of Mind textbook on page 72, there's a paragraph that really resonates with me. As I was looking up things, I realized that there's a lot of paragraphs that resonate with me, and I'm sure you'll find that the same when you go through the book. But in this particular paragraph, it says, the first great discovery man made was that he could think. This was the day when he first said, I am. This marked his first day of personal attainment. From that day, man became an individual and had to make all further progress himself. A little further along, it says, the basis from which man is evolving is infinite. Behind him is the great unknown, but not the great unknowable. As a result of the discovery that he could think, plan, and execute, man has built up a great civilization. He has perceived that nature or God works through him. Nature or God works through him in order to work for him. What I know is that my spiritual progress is always equal to my spiritual practice, my use of the tools I have learned and continue to learn, whether I'm a teacher or a student. I love the analogy that it makes no difference how long a room has been dark, because does it really make any difference once you've turned on the light? Let that sink in. doesn't make any difference how long a room has been dark, because once you turn on the light, it makes no difference that it was dark. This reminds me that no matter how often I forget to turn on the light, I know I can always turn it on again. With all the things going on in the world, it can be hard sometimes to know in any given moment, what could I do to make a difference? It seems to me that human beings have viewed the world as either disconnected or connected. But at this time in history, more and more we are seeing that we live in a connected universe. I really believe that our planet is moving from a dark age of form and matter and into a new age of energy, where spirituality has become less about authority or dogma and more about our own personal experience. We all know about the period in the life cycle of a monarch butterfly, the pupa stage, and that from all outward experiences, it looks like nothing is happening. But at this point, there is lots happening. There is that embryonic soup, that fluid sac full of cells. And inside the chrysalis, nothing could be further from the truth. Miracles are taking place. Things are coming together. Tiny cells are differentiating into the pupil's various organs. And the real amazing part is that everything the butterfly needs to transform is already inside the caterpillar. All those specialized cells, whether they were in their infant stages or dormant, were there inside the caterpillar, waiting for the right time to move into action. And that reminds me that God, that creative intelligence, is within me, just waiting for me to be conscious enough for it to move into action. One of the quickest ways that we can make this happen, or have this happen, not make it happen, but have this happen, is through spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer. For me, this teaching has been transformative and life-changing, but not always easy. However, I do have a willingness to confront my unresolved issues, traumas, patterns, some of which have been buried very, very deep. And often it's been difficult and challenging to uncover or reveal many of these hidden beliefs. But I know that this is the work I need to do in order for me to live a life full of love and joy. By the time I came to this teaching, I knew it was time for me to make peace with my past, to forgive myself and others. And even though I knew this, there was still a lot of resistance to letting go of those old beliefs, to my old ways of being. I was, and still am, excited to know and to learn that I can choose to be happy. I know that each time I choose to see things through the lens of love, I am seeing life through the lens of God. I began to see that as I practiced what I said I believed in, that my life continued to become one of self-acceptance, of love. This, of course, has taken, for me, an enormous amount of introspection, a more sophisticated self-understanding, and a redirecting of my thinking and of my energy. But I have seen time and time again that letting go of old beliefs that no longer serve me has brought me to that place of feeling peace and feeling love in my life. One of the coolest things that I believe more and more is that those qualities of God have always been within me. Today I have what feels like a new identity. I feel like a new person, that I have a bigger idea of my place in the universe, a bigger idea that I live in a spiritual universe. I've been able to notice definite results by practicing, the tools I have learned here. This spiritual journey, this spiritual path has really clarified for me this sense of connection to something beyond, something bigger, something larger than just my egoic self. Science of mind and the practical tools it teaches has put me in tune with my spiritual nature. It has allowed me a whole new experience of life. I feel connected to the moment, to others, to self, both with a small s and a capital S. I feel more connected to nature, to life, and to the sacred. I feel like I'm surrounded by an ocean of spiritual energy, and there is no going back to the way things were before. Holmes in the textbook says, no matter what our emotional storm or what our objective situation may be, there is always a something hidden in the inner being that has never been violated. We may stumble, but always there is that eternal voice, forever whispering within our ear, that thing which causes the eternal quest, that thing which forever sings and sings. I'm often reminded to be gentle and compassionate with myself, to trust that the challenges I'm facing are part of my journey toward greater awareness and growth, to that freedom from all discord. Thich Nhat Hanh in the book Anger says, our practice is based on the insight of non-duality. Both our negative feelings and positive feelings are organic and belong to the same reality. So there is no need to fight. We need to only embrace and take care. This work does involve facing the shadow self. This can be pretty painful. It can bring up a lot of real intense emotions like fear, anxiety, anger, even sadness, as we look at aspects of ourselves that we have tried to hide or reject or deny. Scott Peck says our finest moments can occur when we are feeling uncomfortable or unhappy. For it is in such moments that we are likely to step out of our ruts and find different ways or truer answers. As our consciousness shifts, we may find that our relationships change. We may feel disconnected from people that we were once close to. We might even lose some friends. Through CSLKenya, you can make new connections with like-minded people. Here we all are at Froggy Friday. We take classes, we join in visioning, we go to in-person gatherings, we go for coffee with a classmate, maybe we drop by the office, we reach out to a practitioner, we post something on WhatsApp, or perhaps we attend the conference in February. Judith Orloff in the Empath Survival Guide had this to say, in your own growth process, remember that the path to self-acceptance, inner peace, and spiritual growth is not a straight line. It's a spiral. We keep returning to issues we thought we had healed, but this time around, more profound truths are revealed, which enhances our self-knowledge. Though self-awareness often makes us stretch beyond our comfort zones, it's painful at times. The result is that we become more radiant, compassionate, and solid in our connection to spirit. There is no human attainment more precious than this. In Buddhism, it is said that there is a middle way between the extremes of indulgence and self-denial, free from sorrow and suffering. This is the middle way which gives rise to vision, which gives rise to knowledge and leads to peace, direct knowledge, enlightenment, and wisdom. Rumi uses this example. Your hand opens and closes, opens and closes. If it was always a fist or always stretched open, you would be paralyzed. Your deepest presence is in the very small contracting and expanding. Contracting and expanding. The two as beautifully balanced and coordinated as birds' wings. So in closing, I want to leave you with a little bit of humor. So a patient goes into the dentist office and just before having some work done, asks the dentist, how much does it cost to have a tooth pulled? And the dentist replied, $300. And so the patient says, all of that for only a few minutes of work? That seems pretty expensive. To which the dentist replied, well, I can pull it out slower if you like. Practice truly makes progress. Thank you.
Oh, Reverend Pat, that was beautiful. So beautiful. I love it. I love it. This is my practice today. Thank you. I take so much of it away. And I don't know about the rest of you, but today has been a beautiful, gentle invitation to participate in life a little bit differently. Yes. With love and just kindness, from the treatment to the meditation to this beautiful, profound talk. Thank you, Reverend Pat. That was really, really powerful for me.
You're welcome.
Does anybody have any questions of our beloved Reverend Pat? Any thoughts or revelations that you have as we were listening?
I love that that comment that what is her name? Judith or whatever
Judith,
said
yeah.
it's not a straight line, it's a spiral. And so I think that makes so much sense. It gives me such a good visual because we want it right away. We want to just sometimes cut to the chase and yet we got to go in this spiral, or we got to, I suppose we step off once in a while, but that was a really good visual as to why it just comes around and then, you know, you're going up and evolving and then probably falling off for a bit, getting back on again.
Yeah, I like too, there was like the hope in what she was talking about. I have to find it, but the one part that it really appealed to me was that like often we seem to be facing the same issue over and over and over again. It seems to be like repeating itself and you're just like, oh my goodness. However, the beauty in that is that every time you go through that, what seems like the same experience, you come out of it with a new, I think she used the word radiant, like a new, deeper understanding. Like you start to look at it differently. Like you don't look at it the same way as you move through life. I like that. And I find it to be true for me.
Yeah. No, that was really profound, all of it. Really enjoyed it.
James or Duke, you're unmuted. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to say how, in fact, the statement that it doesn't matter how long it has been dark in a room, how long a room has been dark, it doesn't matter. In fact, has really resonated with me because in most cases, when one looks back and you find a lot of mistakes out of ignorance that one had gone through, you tend to regret, you tend to feel bad about yourself. But you see, it doesn't matter how long it has been dark, as long as now you can switch on the light. I think that is so liberating and freeing. I'm so grateful.
Right. And we've all fallen off our spiritual practice. And we do feel like we're in the dark because we have that disconnect. But we don't stay there very long anymore. That's the key.
The difference.
We don't stay there very long. we go, oh yeah, I remember now. I just shift over here and dive into my practice and go, ah.
Or we can just go on WhatsApp and put in a little request for something, and then boom, all those treatments show up.
I love that about our community when they reach out and ask for treatment. I mean, that's golden. It's golden that we have that, and that each of us has access, and we are willing to support each other.
And
It's
of course,
precious.
the trick is that the treatment might be requested from one person, but everybody who hears it and reads it is blessed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One mind. Patrick.
Yes, I thank you for the message, Reverend Pat. And I think I can mention 3 things, and one of them is what James has just mentioned about the light, putting on the light, no matter how long it's been dark. But it also reminds me of this story by Jesus in the Bible, where he said there was this guy who was hiring workers, and some workers came in the morning, some at noon, and the others just about the time for closure. But they were all paid the same wages. They were paid the same amount of, salary. And the one who came early tried to complain, but they were asked, we did not strike a deal. We just said, come and work. So it doesn't matter when you get enlightenment, you are paid the same fee, the same cash. I mean, use the word. And then what I also liked about, was it Rumi? Who said that we are either holding or releasing the hand? Because if we don't do either, then we are paralyzed. And that's quite true. Because even in life, we are either holding something or releasing it. And again, when you release so much, you may lose. And again, when you hold so much, you also lose. Finally, the description of spirituality, psychology, physical, whatever, all that description, it all tells us that everything is spirit. Spirit is in everything, and God is in everything. Everything is in God, and God is in everything. Spirit. That's what I learned from there.
Maybe you could post that, Pat. That was very good information.
Yeah.
Well, you should just take foundations. It's right in there. But no, I'll post it. I'll post it. Just teasing.
Well, is there anybody here who would like a spiritual mind treatment? Because we can put you into rooms with a practitioner, and I'd ask all the practitioners to stay. Is there anybody who would like treatment? Before we go into our offertory affirmations and our closing benediction, who Paul has stepped up for us and will do that for us today.
I don't see Paul. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Paul is here.
Yeah, he is here. We had a couple people fall off, so
I just want to let you guys all know that we are a community that runs solely off of love offerings and donations from people, our members, people who donate to us. And if you are North American, you can go to CSLKenya.org and you can donate that way. If you're in Canada, you can e-transfer or checks. And if you're in Kenya, you can send Nancy M-Pesa, and she will receive that and mark that down. And our community continues to grow and gets to keep on walking and talking together. So if you will unmute yourselves, and if you will repeat after me these affirmations and just really embody them, really take them in to know that it is the truth. This is the absolute truth. So unmuting and repeating after me. I am filled with the energy of abundance.
I am filled with the
energy of abundance.
I am willing to share my financial good with my spiritual community.
I am
willing
to
to
share
share
my financial
with my
good
spiritual
with my community.
And so it is.
And so
And
it
so
is.
it is. And Paul,
So-
if you would close us out.
Just 1 minute, we got an announcement.
Thanks, Gwen.
Karen and I are starting the mind body class on Thursday. Is it the 19th? Is that the date?
Next week, yes.
19th. And we were really excited about this. So it's funny, we're working on the curriculum for it, and things are showing up in our life that are kind of needing to be, just like we said, right?
Every single chapter, I have gone, wow, look at that one.
So if you have the courage, because it'll take courage to sign up for this class and do it and practice it, come on in. Let Nancy know. Nancy's got her family. She's dealing with her family right now because her auntie passed, but she can still receive messages. What else do we have to announce? Is that it?
We were
I
talking
think
about on our class, when you come in, read the first 6 pages. And
Yeah,
that's the normal stuff. And then we have the whole evening to work on exciting stuff.
yeah. And we'll post that in the WhatsApp as well, for sure. We'll always keep you informed. Is there anything else that we need to announce?
I'm just wondering, before I do the closing benediction, is there anything on the conference?
The conference is coming along. We've had a bit of a hiatus in planning, so we're going to get back at it in the next few days. But yes, Paul, we'll update everyone.
Thank you.
Oh, and we have the youngest member joining us, who's got a birthday in a few days.
She does.
Or a week, or a month.
A month today. It's her mom's birthday today. And this is Cecilia Dawn.
Month.
Look at her going. I am not doing that. I'm hanging on. You say hi?
Okay.
Reverend
That's-
Gwen and I.
Thank you, Stacey, for joining us.
Yeah, she's dancing like her grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Paul, will you please give us a benediction?
Together, as I take these few minutes, as we come to the end of this Froggy Friday, to appreciate and be grateful for all that has transpired. I'm really grateful for the sharing. I'm grateful for the teaching that we have received from Reverend Pat. And I'm also grateful for the sharing amongst ourselves. This is something that will go far in our lives. And I know it is for our own good. It's God expressing itself for its own good. And until we meet again, I know we are all perfectly guarded and guided. And so it is.
And so
So
it
it
is.
It is.
It's been a joy,
love it.
everyone.
I love it.